And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on the grid. And the lights are off, and we are immediately underway. And I think THB did get a pretty good start. Oh, and Zalagi there in the background isn't able to go. Tonio and Tixie going side by side into the second corner. And Tixie is just going to hold it around the inside. And the Williams now up into P2 is still going to be side by side with Tonio. And just holds it around the inside, does Tonio. And he stays in P7. Raven there in the background has been able to get past REECE. REECE hasn't had a good start from P5 on the grid. Has dropped down to P7. That is not what he wants for his championship hopes. FIFA's in P8. He hasn't dropped any positions. Alec and Diamond Miner making up some decent positions there. Currently P13 and P14 respectively. Tano there getting past Mick as well in the Williams. Front Tixie and Tonio once again going side by side into turn 27. And as I enable these few things, who is going to come out on top? Is it going to be Tixie or is it going to be Tonio? As they go side by side once again into turn 1. And who's going to be latest on the brakes? Tixie is going to hold it around the outside. We'll have the inside for turn 2 and just gets in front. But you can see Pau very close behind. Banjo already getting a 3-second penalty. Raven is right there. REECE in P6 as well. Raven will settle behind to live another day. Oh, and that's Tixie who is spun there out on the exit of turn 4. And he's been demoted all the way down to the back, and that gives Pau a little bit of an opportunity to sniff one on Tonio, but Pau having to leave the track there. REECE now into P3. REECE has been able to overtake Raven, and REECE might even try and get past Tonio. And into turn 13, REECE trying to hold it around the outside, which gives you the better traction on the exit. Is still going to try and hold it, still side by side, and eventually gets his place on Tonio. Now Raven on the soft tyre, still behind Tonio. He is going to be wanting to try and get past and then get in front of REECE. And as you can see, Raven is immediately trying to get that place, and I think he is already passed as they go into the chicane. And now Raven is going to try and set his sights for REECE just in front. How long is it going to be though before Raven is able to make that move on the AlphaTauri? That AlphaTauri isn't really the easiest person to race. I think Raven knows that, but Pau, as you can see there, holding it around the outside of Tonio, but Raven and REECE going side by side. REECE just holding the inside and is now going to try and keep Raven at bay. But how is Raven going to be able to get past? And he is going to go side by side with the AlphaTauri. It's going to be 3 abreast into turn 1. Pau there might actually get in on the action as well. Pau will have the inside, is not able to make any contact, which is good close racing. FIFA's has spun there as well, but Pau and Raven still trying to go side by side as they enter into turn 4. This can't be pretty. And Raven just able to stay in front of Pau. Pau with DRS on Raven. Raven, I assume, with DRS on REECE. Raven covering it off a little bit, but then Pau is still going to try and hold it around the inside of Raven. Is Raven going to be able to keep in front? Yes, he is. And now Raven is going to try and get past REECE. REECE doesn't have DRS. And now Raven will pull to the outside. Is he going to be able to get past? And latest on the brakes, and he is just ahead as they go into the braking point. And that is Raven now up into P2. Tonio might even do it into turn 13 as we ride on board with Tonio. Is he getting closer? Is he getting closer? He's going to look to the inside, and he is going to go for a send on the Haas. And is he going to be able to make it move? They're still going to be side by side on the exit. Is it still going to be Tony, or is it going to be Pau? A little bit of contact there, a little bit of wheel banging, and they go side by side into turn 15. And that was so close to contact, but Tonio just able to get in front. I think he might have cut the track a little bit. Zalagi and White Josh, they're going a little bit side by side. Oh, as the Alec in the McLaren tried to get in on it as well. 3 cars almost going side by side here. Zalagi and White Josh are still going to try and hold this. Zalagi round the inside of turn 14 is just able to get in front as we go into turn 15. White Josh will still follow, but this was a 3-car battle, and now Zalagi and White Josh going to have the DRS, is going to go side by side with Zalagi as they go onto the straight, and I think just with the DRS, White Josh is now in front. Fantastic racing. Zalagi, though, is not done. He's going to try and hold it around the outside as he now will have DRS. But look at Tixie. Tixie has come out of nowhere in the Williams, and he's going to even try and get past White Josh. And he is into P8. Going to still hold it around the outside, and he just is able to stay in front. Obviously, with that earlier spin, you're going to try and make some amends of it, and he has. already up into P8. Reece and Raven going side by side into turn 1. Raven still in front. Reece is trying to battle with Pau Antonio, so that is giving Raven a little bit of breathing space here. But Pau and Antonio probably aren't trying to fight this as they don't want to disrupt the battle. But that Antonio down the inside of turn 4 just sweeps past. Is Reece going to be able to get past Raven going into turn 27? Is he going to play it smart and stay behind? No, he doesn't. As Reece and Raven go side by side here, and Reece is able to get in front. Raven now is going to be all under pressure by Tonio. As Tonio goes down the inside of Raven, and now Raven is going to try and hold it around the outside, but isn't able to. And now Raven is also going to be under pressure by Pau as well. Raven is trying to get side by side with Tonio to even try and get past Reece as well. And now he is going to get that down the inside. 3 abreast once again into turn 1. And Tonio is able to sweep past both of them. And now Tonio and Raven go side by side. Raven pushed off a little bit there. And Reece and Pau get past Raven. Reece is trying to get and make an overtake into P2. Is he going to try and send one down the inside? No, he doesn't. But Neb is going to send one down the inside of Raven. Oh, and that's a spin there for Pau. I think Neb just came in a bit too quickly and might have tapped the back of Pau. And now Raven back up into P4, probably what he wants, but probably not what Pau would have wanted. As we look behind, Tixie gonna go down the inside of the Red Bull driver, and now we'll have to try and defend off the inside. Look at Snowy as well. Snowy is gonna try and get past the both of them as he tries a switch back, and he is gonna go side by side with the Williams, but then backs out a little bit. Tixie up into P6, Snowy in P7. Neb and Jay Snowy going side by side though. Neb able to get past the Haas into turn 27, but did Jay Snowy do that strategically to get to the DRS? Who is going to get DRS? And it is going to be Jay Snowy. So is Zalagi as well. Look at Zalagi. Zalagi goes around the outside and will now look to the inside of Neb Restream. Down the inside into turn 1 and 2. Obviously the inside now for Neb on the inside of turn 2. And Zalagi is able to get in front. Jay Snowy as well making an overtake on Neb. Oh, Raven going into the pits, making an early pit stop. What tyres is he going to go on to? Medium tyres for 15 laps. They will be dead towards the end, but they will be able to make it the full 15 laps. Raven now is 6/10 behind Mick. He's going to be wanting to try and get past. But interestingly, look at this. Tonio just behind. Oh, and Mick has gone wide there, and that's given Raven an easy position there. Antonio, Mick bottoming out on the curb of turn 8. But now let's see Reece and Pau coming out of the pits right now. And you can see there, Raven on the pit straight there is easily passed by a few seconds as well. But you can see there, Raven just trying to, just cover off any sort of opportunity for Tonio with this lovely helicopter shot. But you can see Tonio is going to try and sneak a part of their wing into the outside, and you can see Reece there as well going down the inside. Raven does let him have it, but has he done that strategically to get the DRS on the straights? Raven does have a smart mind like that, a smart racing mind. And is it going to be able to work for him? Tonio, though, is in front, and he's going to go around the inside. Raven is going to go on the outside, 3 abreast once again. Antonio is past Reece. Raven is going to be side by side with him. And Raven is still going to go side by side, even out of turn 2 into turn 4, side by side with his championship rival. Neither of them is backing now, and Raven does have to go off track there. Reece might have pushed them off. Reece able to hold P4 at this current stage. Raven might be reporting that, and okay, I need to switch to my other Xbox controllers. Why did this happen? Raven out of DRS range of Reece, and that could be very crucial. He might even be overtaken by Pau. And Reece with a better tyre advantage. Raven can't really do anything. Isn't able to catch up as well. But if these three start fighting... Oh, Reece getting a massive snap of oversteer there. Nearly pushing Tonio into the wall. And Pau might even get past the AlphaTauri as well. And does so. Now let's go up at this battle. Reece only just a 10th behind Pau, and he is going to send one down the inside, maybe even try and get the Alpine as well. Nearly taps the Alpine, but manages to just slow it down in time. REECE up into P3, and now we'll have the DRS to try and get past Tonio, but Pau is right there in the background, and you can see there Tonio trying to break the DRS, covering over REECE with some lovely defensive driving there from Tonio. Manages to keep REECE behind. Tixi now able to overtake Zalagi into P6. So, yeah, good recovery drive. And now he has the opportunity to get past Raven. And it'll probably be on this straight as well. Tixi now round the inside. Raven trying to cover it off a little bit. And that is Tixi past Raven. Tonio, REECE, and Pau still going at it. I didn't see the first attacks into turn 27 because I thought it was just going to happen on the straight. But REECE round the outside. Tonio undecisive of who he's going to battle. And that is given REECE P2. Tonio is going to try and defend off Pau. And, oh, massive overseer there for Tonio. And he does tap the wall, and Pau in doing so. Jason and Remote Banjo going side by side into turn 1 and turn 2. Still going to keep it side by side into turn 4, but I think Remote Banjo is just going to be able to wedge in front. No, they are still going to be side by side. And once again, Jason Owen being forced off, nearly forced to go into the barrier there. Pau is able to stay within REECE. Oh, as REECE cuts the track there a little bit. Did he pick up a penalty for that? I'm not actually too sure, but Pau around the outside and inside. Is he going to be able to get past REECE? Yes, he does. So, yeah, Raven has dropped quite some time to those in front. Obviously, Tetraby has started the lap. However, look at Neb. Neb came out of nowhere to overtake both of them. Raven is going to try and hold it around the outside of Zalagi. They are still going to hold it side by side. Raven has to settle behind, but Pau 4/10 behind, Raven 2/10 behind Zalagi. I want to keep an eye on that, but now down the straight, REECE is burning everything he has. So is Pau as well. Pau does have the benefit of DRS as well, though. So is it going to be Pau? Is it going to be REECE into the chicane? It is now really a question who gets the better exit, and I think REECE is going to be able to get the better exit, and that is probably going to be all said and done for Pau. Unless Pau can make a very ambitious dive bomb. He is going to try it round the outside, but isn't able to. Tetraby has crossed the line to take the win here at Saudi Arabia to win the Saudi Arabian GP. REECE, though, will come home to take P2 and will have a very comfortable lead in the championship going into Abu Dhabi. Pau will have to settle for P3 with Tixi P4. Zalagi will finish in P5 with Raven P6. So he has it all to do going into the final round in Abu Dhabi. Neb Restroom will finish in P7, Remote Banjo P8, Jay Snowy P9, and then White Josh will finish in P10 with Mick eventually finishing in P11. Oh my days. Make sure you tune in next week. This title is not over. It could all change. Make sure you join us for that race.